Hello, Pisces. How are you guys? This is your current status of your love life tarot reading. So, Pisces, thank you so much for being here. Okay, so let's have a look at what the current status of your love life is. Pisces, any more information you want to know about me is in the description bar down below, just in case you're new here. Okay, and welcome to everybody here that's new. Okay, Pisces, right now, your current energy is a little bit of devastation, a lot of feeling shut out, and a lot of separation. You're feeling alone. Your feelings of isolation and not being good enough are coming up right now in your love life, okay? In the recent past, you felt mad solid. You probably got some people in your life that they're not fully 100%, and then they're projecting that onto you, and so they're leaving your life, okay? Because in the recent past, you were 100%. You guys stepped into some financial abundance as well as seeing your own worth, your own value, the world around you. You came out of being worried about things that it's like to keep nourishing your body, you need these things, but because you're worried, you don't have them, okay? Isn't that like beautiful? So, these are things that you need them to nourish you and you need them for your body. Your body wants these things even. But you don't have them. You don't even have the necessities, some of them, because you are worried and you don't believe that you're a part of the universe. And right now you're facing it right now in your love life by having somebody go out of your life, or by confronting abandonment, by watching somebody else even go through getting left. And maybe this person has certain ideologies and philosophies that were limiting, strife ridden, and now they're going out of your life. And you can understand that when this person came in, they brought in a void. They brought in their void, and now that this person is left, the void is here, but you're only noticing it because the person's gone, and now you can see it, but they left their void. Okay, but also this is a part of yourself, how you shut yourself out, but mainly this came from someone else. Okay, so this is all happening because in the distant past we have the Three of Wands energy. So your ships came in the distant past. So some weeks ago, even some months ago, for some of you guys, your ships came in. You sent out for even more ships, and perhaps these ships, they're not able to come in because perhaps where the ships dock, that big motherfucker that's not connected to reality and that disconnects folks, they were standing in front of the port, so you couldn't even see it come in. So now that they left the port, when you're done crying over nothing and you look up, you're gonna realize that your ships came in. But this motherfucker, they were blocking you from seeing your ships come in. So I see here that your intentions came to fruition. You also set some intentions in the distant past. Okay. So, you're dealing with struggle and lack and negativity, not feeling good enough. That's the present energy of your love life, not having it. And it's because you're having a new beginning in love that comes from having confidence in yourself so that you can be around others that validate you. Okay. People who validate and compliment your outfit, it's because you took time out to dress really nice that day. You complimented yourself first. So, you're getting rid of folks that do that, right? But first, you're going to validate yourself and give yourself the victory so that you can receive it from the world outside of you. Because if you didn't give it to yourself, you're not going to get it from anybody else. I mean, but even if you might could get it, but even if you get it good, you might realize that, oh, you actually did want to give it to yourself. You just forgot or you weren't really thinking about it. So in reality, you really do have to want to get it for yourself. But you have a new beginning in self-love and a new beginning in love. It's gorgeous, right? This new beginning in love is gorgeous. And it's also very vindicating and validating. And, perhaps this person, they were validating you, whoever you're with, perhaps they were validating you, but right now you guys are not able to see each other. Right now there's separation, there's distance, there's negativity, there's lack. Okay, there's a lack of communication. Okay, I feel like you guys might feel like you can't really connect to who you're with, and you might feel like this person is doing something behind your back. Oh my Jesus. Some of you guys are dealing with being afraid that your person is doing something behind your back, and it's not true. It's just fear. And perhaps, especially if you find out that one of your friends, their boyfriend, is doing something behind their back, or they open up to you about this, then you're going to understand that it's not you. Okay, but these are philosophies that you tell yourself that it's blocking you out from being with somebody who truly loves you, and it's keeping you around folks who cannot love. Okay, so you're facing this head on and releasing this for a new beginning in love that comes from confidence. So this is all something going on right now. It is spiritual, but it has to do with relationships. Okay, this is about a particular relationship, romantic, close friendship, very close friendship sort of dynamic, but it's about a relationship. Jesus, you definitely are confused. Anytime this energy comes up, where it's like, Five of Pentacles, it's not real. Just look around you and go outside. As soon as you start to get like that, and the minute you catch yourself, when you finally catch yourself after 6 hours of being that way, go outside. Okay, just go outside. Pause what you're listening to, turn off your phone, and go outside. Somebody who you're listening to is going through something devastating and lying about it, or hiding it, and not opening up about it. It's on the forefront of their mind. It's so prevalent in their life. They're going through something devastating, and perhaps it's coming up and you're feeling this way because this person makes you feel so bad about yourself. Or perhaps there's ideologies and philosophies that this person teaches and adheres to that is the reason why they keep on meeting love relationships that's devastating for them. But it's just because they adhere to certain things that's not really loving them. And they might expect you to do this. You guys might have done this together at a certain point. You might have felt ashamed of yourself because you couldn't do this like this other person could. But this person's about to get left, and then you're going to uncover a major abandonment wound within yourself that's been disconnecting you from your person and from your soulmate. This is insane. And it could be anybody. It could be somebody who you're already dating. For some of you guys, you're dating somebody who, it's not really a lot of love there. If that's the case, it's not somebody who you're afraid to lose. If you're afraid to lose them, it's because you're that buried in fear. And then, if it's a friend, for a lot of you guys, it feels like it could even be a friend who is mainly going through this, perhaps a fire sign woman, a Pisces, Cancer, Squirrel, Pisces person, and a earth sign person. It could be one of those people going through this, and they're the ones separating you from connecting. I feel like also some of you guys, you might have had other people outside of you, perhaps even outside of those dynamics, who they wounded you first, and then you guys are all wounded, and so you can't. This is a spiritual energy, but it's what happens when you deny spirit, and then you want to start dating, but you deny love and you deny God. This is what happens when you deny spirit and synchronicity, and you say coincidence. You're going to end up in a lot of situations like this. There's no such thing as coincidence. Okay? Everything works out perfect. And if you don't believe in coincidence, you probably have been divorced more than once. And there's no offense in that. It's just that if you believe in coincidence, you probably will get divorced a lot. Because you think it's just a coincidence that you met somebody and stuff like that. So it's just a coincidence that you got divorced. Okay? There's a lot of limiting ideologies and philosophies, a lot of things, even a lot of people passing garbage off as love. A lot of that has been going on. Okay? And all that's being fished out and sussed out at this time for you so that you can have a new beginning in love and be confident in yourself and in your love life. If you have an offer of love, you have a new beginning in love, be confident in it. Because whoever's making you not confident in your new beginning in love, or not confident in period, in any way, they're not confident. and they're dealing with somebody who's knocking them down even worse than they're not either not knowing that they're knocking you down or they think that they're knocking you down. So in the recent past, you really grounded down. You got some major abundance, Pisces, okay? You got a man come into your life who's supportive and nurturing, grounded, trustworthy, reliable. You know, this is a respected man in the community. He might also really love nature and stuff like that. And if he loves nature, it doesn't matter what his sign is. But he might have Virgo somewhere in his chart very strongly, especially if he loves nature. That's what I'm getting for somebody here. Now, this man here, he might have opened up his heart to you. Okay. That's weird for him. He doesn't normally do this. Why is this happening in your love life in the recent past? You guys were working on things. I feel like you opened up about things that you normally would protect from everybody else. You normally wouldn't share these things with others, but you started sharing it with your person for increased intimacy. Just because, you know, that's what you want in your, that's what you want, a love connection that's like that, right? So you started taking measures to safeguard the love that you already have and what you already have, and also to, you know, get to where you want to go in your love life. Okay, so you guys might have been working for a while, perhaps even 8 years, to get to this point where you're secure. And I said perhaps because you don't have to have been working 8 years to get to this point where you're solid and secure, but it was supposed to take time. You've been solid and secure. It doesn't matter, because this feels like, oh yeah, somebody was there and somebody could have been there. But I really feel like even if somebody was there, it's not like you don't care. It's just that what's mainly on your mind is how secure you are, how valid you are, and how grounded you are, how abundant you are, how abundant the world is. This is what's been going on since the recent past. It's because you've been working on yourself and working on your love life. You could tell me better what you were doing in your love life in the recent past than I could. And you were just keeping certain things a secret. You know, you were just dealing with your own emotional stuff, having your own profound realizations, just dealing with stuff. This is very strange, Pisces. You just need to be open and okay with how you feel. Okay? Stop beating down how you feel. But this energy is so strange. This is very hard to read. This is very hard. And the more cards I pull, the more confusing it gets, because it's confusing. Perhaps this is a man who's confusing. Perhaps this is a group of individuals who are confusing. You know, perhaps these individuals have a lot of money or a lot of status in society, and they're very confusing, and they might have one way. They might tell you that it's supposed to be a certain way, but there's a reason why it's so hard for people to acquire that, and it's because that's not the way it's supposed to be. So you grounded down. I feel like you guys grounded really all the way down to reality. And what happened in the recent past, you might not even look at it as being grounded. You might even be like, oh, you might be being annoying. Like if I was reading you in front of your face, I'd probably get up and throw something in your face. But ultimately, when you settle down and stop being a little baby bitch that you're being right now, you'll realize that you were more grounded in the recent past than you are right now. Okay? Whatever this was in the past, only you know. I don't know. If you spend a great deal of your life lying and pretending like you don't feel a certain way, then when I pull the cards, I'm going to be too embarrassed to read what I'm reading because it's embarrassing. Stop fucking lying, Pisces, and we're moving on. So in the distant past, you know, you guys set some intentions for your future, okay? You also had some things come in. So what came in was an enhanced perspective, okay? And this was a painful enhancement to a perspective, but it was an enhanced perspective that came through separation, perhaps even bullying, and some sort of trauma, even like stretch marks. And then also, you know, you also had a new beginning in love come in, a new beginning in self-expression, a new beginning in yourself, Pisces. Okay, yourself. And then, you know, the intentions that were set in the distant past was for more possibilities. You just want more possibilities in love. You want to travel with your person, and there's like a lot of things that you want to happen. You want to make happen. You want to go on trips. You want certain fantasies and stuff like that that you have. You set intentions to make those come to fruition. Then you also want justice in your love life. You want everything to be balanced and fair. You want to put in effort and receive, and you don't want to be around folks that are devastating you any longer, okay? There's a way that things have been unfair that you set an intention for them to become fair. And so that's the reason why right now you're sitting there being like, huh? You guys are confused right now. Okay? Right before, like maybe 2 days ago, you were 100% valid. Whatever you were doing 2 days ago, go back to doing it. I don't know what else to tell you. But what you're doing today is nonsense. And it's because you have a new offer of love coming in. You have a new offer of love that's here, period. But you just don't feel good enough. Okay? So arguing with me is stupid. And having an issue with the reading and sucking and hissing your teeth like you're a snake, but you're scared of snakes, is stupid, right? Realize that you are shutting yourself out from abundance. Okay? So, in your conscious thoughts, from now to the next time we speak, Pisces, is about passion. All right? It's also about a new beginning. Very shortly, you're going to have a new beginning and passion come in. Okay? Sexuality, desire, exercise, harnessing energy, magic, even music, dance. Go do something creative. When you get in this space, it's like just go fucking dance. Go drink a fucking green tea matcha shake. And go outside and talk to birds. Like you're just closed up in the room and pissed. It's so annoying. I spend a lot of time outside. So I just don't understand. It's not like I understand it, you know what I'm saying? But once they said you graduated, you're free, I started going outside whenever I wanted. So you can do the same thing too, like Dora said. Go outside. And when you go outside, you're going to realize that there's a plethora. Okay? There's a plethora. And you're dipping in a batch full of lack. And I can't talk to people when they're like this. Nobody can talk to you when you're like this. Everybody's scared to be around you when you get like this, Pisces. And the cure is going outside. Just go breathe in some fresh fucking air. You'll feel you will probably forget that you were excited about something. Or you might even have a better idea come your way. You might even realize things clearer about what's really going on in your love life or why things are slow. But you're just, oh, I don't have it right now. And then you're devastated and devastating everybody else. And then you get devastation. And that's how it works. It will always work that way. If you want to prevent devastation from coming to you just because somebody devastated you, like how the fuck you get devastated and then you're devastated, so you almost don't even realize it, but you're devastating somebody else down that's vibrant and high vibrational. So you get even more devastation and you're like, well, wait, what? And if you just went outside, right, you would see that person that devastated you, you would see that they got devastation. Somebody slashed their tires. When they finished yelling at you and left your house, their tires got slashed. So you already got justice, okay? For that person fucking you over. So enough. And when you sit in this energy, then you create philosophies and ideologies, and then you adhere to them, and then you create a situation where it's bullshit, and everybody around you is full of shit, and they all did the same thing too, and they're all denying it, and that's what you're sitting in and getting me tight, pulling up on my channel, having a problem with me. So please be very mindful before you write a comment. Okay, you can write whatever you want, but devastation will ensue. Okay, that's how energy works. So, from now to the next time we speak, your focus is going to be on energy. And it's because you took my advice. You went outside. You went outside. And you got to a blissful place. You probably stretched out your muscles, right? You probably drank water, took your vitamins, right? And you took your detox supplements, your probiotics and stuff like that, moved those bowels. And how do you feel? Great. Just poor digestion that comes from a poor diet, that comes from being down on yourself and being stressed out. And if you just went outside, you could even take your phone. They made phones small. When I was growing up, they were really big. When I was growing up, computers were huge. I'm saying they're small. You got these little ass tiny little MacBook Airs and MacBook Pros. You can go outside. There's hot spots outside on the street. Outside, you get Wi-Fi outside. Well, if you have the money for it, or you get to a nice hot spot, or even if you get to a busy street, Wi-Fi. Especially where I'm from, Wi-Fi. You can do it outside. Outside is where life started. When you're sad and you're in the bed, inside with the lights off and the curtains closed, that's why you're sad. Okay? Go outside. And I feel like some of you guys, you're taking up a new beginning in passion, creativity, expression. You might even take up going outside, right? But whatever you're choosing to take up, it's definitely pulling you away from feeling beaten down. I feel like some of you guys, you might, whatever you want to do for this, you're going to decide to do it. But for what I'm seeing for this week, you're going to take up a new beginning in passion. And it's going to come in what some people don't like going outside. I know a Virgo who's depressed, right? She doesn't like going outside. She doesn't like exercising. But then you don't be upset at the girl that she's doing cartwheels and back handsprings all day long, and she's happy and she gets straight A's and she never opens her books, just like you don't. But she gets straight A's and she's got a great attention span because she does cartwheels outside. As soon as you go outside, as soon as you guys cross out the high school gates, she's cartwheeling it to across the street to the park to go smoke a blunt with you across the streets. So, but that's why she gets straight A's, and when the cops come and when the deans come across the street to come clear everybody out the park, she's not there. Somehow on that day, she's not there because she's high vibe, because she goes outside. Just go outside. You'll avoid all kinds of everything dramatic, everything stupid, everything annoying, everything just roadblock, red light, like Tiesto said, we could run those red lights if you went outside, right? The red lights are outside, okay? Not inside, outside. So, this is happening for you and you guys are feeling blissful. I want to know what this is about. You're taking up a new beginning and passion around feeling defeated. So, around cutting out people who defeat you, around telling yourself you can't do it. It's because you told yourself you couldn't go outside and then you didn't go outside. Now you're depressed. So now you got the 5 of Cups in here now, right? And because you're depressed, you didn't make it to work on time. And let's be honest, when you make it to work, you got the 5 of Swords. So you're beating down on yourself mentally anyways. Now you're depressed and you're mentally beating down on yourself. So then what happened? Sacked you with papers. Or you pulled up, started a fight, right? You stepped into that because you're depressed and stuff. So you started a fight. Oh, sacked. 5 of Pentacles, no job. And what happened? You just entered lack. When you just went outside. Tired of it, okay? So you guys, you're going to take up a new beginning. What you tell yourself. If you tell yourself that you can't have it, you're not going to be able to have it. If you tell yourself that you can't have it, and if you get up and tell other niggas that know they can have it, that they can't have it when they're on the way to having it, you're going to get destitution and desecration and devastation. You're going to be devastated all the way down, right? And then they're going to go and make their stuff happen anyways. And you're going to be looking stupid, decimated down. If you went outside with them, if somebody goes outside and they wake up every day and they run 3 miles every day, and I'm not even talking about myself. I haven't done this in a few years. Well, I would say in about a year, right? If somebody does that every day and you hardly get up on time and you can't even fix up your cup of joe in the morning the way you like it, where do you get off telling them anything about anything that they're thinking? You haven't gotten off. You've gotten off at the wrong stop, my dear. And that's why you're not at your destination. You need to get back on the bus and wait for your stop. But you were sleeping. So when you woke up, you realize you missed your stop. And you're sleeping because you're depressed, because you hate your job, because you tell yourself that. And then you don't want to change your jobs because you tell yourself that you can't change your job. So then you're sitting there depressed, sleeping on the bus. And then you thought you missed your stop. So then you pull the string. And then you get off actually 10 stops before it's your actual stop. And then now you got to get back on the bus and it's going to cost you more money and fuck the world and bah humbug and woe is me. If you just went outside and you started off your day taking care of yourself, it's easy. You don't even have to meditate. That's why I say just go outside, right? If you started off going outside, you wouldn't have been in a situation, even if you were tired, how much you bet you would have woke up, it would have been your stop. Or been, a stop after, actually, and you would have got up, I want to get Twinkies from the bodega, and that's where the bodega's at. Oh, shit. You would have realized that it would have worked out for you. And it always is, but when you're not taking care of your physical apparatus, you're going to have issues. And you're going to become depressed because your physical apparatus is not being taken care of. And the only reason why we know you is because of your physical body. So if you're not taking care of it, you're playing yourself, okay? And you're going to have trouble with the basics, okay? So let's go outside. All right. So I'm going to move on to the oracle cards, you guys. So we have compatibility. Who you're with, who's around you, as depressing as they are, you're compatible. Okay? You guys are compatible. And I also feel like, those of you guys who's, you're in love, you got somebody in your life, you guys who you're with, who you love, you are extremely compatible with them. Especially the person who you were beating down on yourself, on too much to realize that, this person really loves you. That person is compatible with you too, more than you're compatible with the people who are depressed. You're only compatible with them because you're depressed. And if you weren't depressed, you would have nothing in common with them. So even if they're depressed, whatever, look in the mirror, hon, you're depressed. How come they keep on texting you and they love hanging out with you? It's because you're just as depressed as them. Or maybe you pull them out of darkness and you hang out around them, right? And you pull them out of darkness, but you don't go outside enough to stay out of the darkness and not to be pulling niggas out of darkness and to receive the enlightenment from the sun and the trees about how you shouldn't be pulling niggas out of darkness anyways. All right? Okay. So Pisces, your heart healing message, forgiveness, right? You're going to forgive people. You're going to forgive a lot of people. You're going to let a lot of stuff go. Okay? You just have a lot of resentment. You're going to forgive tons of people. That's why you feel this way. Nothing is actually happening for most of you guys. Nothing is actually happening. If anything's going out, it's trash. Anything that's going out is trash. And for the most part, most of you guys, what you even want, who you even want to be with, you're probably not able to reach them, touch them, hold them, talk to them, for whatever reason or the other, and it's not because you're not good enough for them. It's because you have somebody right next to you that it's like they're bringing you down. The two of you guys together are really just negative for each other. Okay. So, it's like you kind of just have to look at the person that you're nearby and realize that, if it's coming up in your reading and not in theirs, then that person, they're pulling you out of brightness, or they pulled you out of being bright. So, accept this new beginning in love and understand that only thing that's real is love, and that there's a plethora out there, like I said in the beginning, and you don't have to deal with very little and put up with it, and tell yourself that that's all you're going to have and beat down on yourself. And also, it will get better. I feel like something going on in your love life right now, in your love connection, your relationship, whatever, it might feel like it's never going to get better. Like that's what's coming up right now. Like right now you're feeling like and being around folks that, they make you feel like it will never get better. And it's because you know what it's because of. Okay? So you're going to forgive a ton of people. Forgiveness shows up here again in this other deck. Forgiveness. You're going to forgive tons of people. Before we talk, you're going to forgive tons of people. And it's because you're getting a new beginning being offered to you. It might come through a means that you're expecting. It probably won't, but it's amazing. And you're going to feel a lot more optimistic. You're not going to be down on yourself anymore. You might even understand where it comes from too. Now, current status of your love life. Now to the next time we speak. Pisces, what you need to understand is when you pass from this world, you take absolutely nothing with you but your soul, and the memories you've shared with those you love. So share memories with those that you love. Don't be focused on what you don't have. And notice how it's like what? It's not even who. It's like what you don't have. You know, you're not even taking them with you. All right. So Pisces, this was a pleasure. I hope that this reading, if it resonated with you, you got something from it, right? But obviously, I don't have control over all of that stuff, okay? I'm not God. So you guys, I will talk to you guys very soon, perhaps in 4 to 5 days. But I always say, I'll talk to you guys next week. Bye-bye, Pisces. I'll see you guys outside.